Hello everyone, and welcome back to Twisted Wonderland! Are you all still there? Hello, it has been a long time. Do people still watch this series? I hope so, because I'm about to kill my voice for today's video. Oh, why am I scrolled all the way down here? There we go. Book 7.5, Twisted Wonderland, I have a bone to pick with you. Why are we not getting the voice acting for this chapter? Okay, in the last video, which was a long time ago, at the end of book 7, I told you all that book 7.5 did not have voice acting, because that was true at that moment that I recorded that. Japan did not have voice acting for book 7.5. So it's like, I'm gonna have to voice all the characters. But the very day that I uploaded that video, they announced voice acting for book 7.5 in Japan. Hooray! I wouldn't have to voice the characters anymore. Months go by, many months. I mean, we went a long time without getting book 7.5. I mean, book 8 has already started in Japan. And then we finally get the announcement that the English server is getting book 7.5, and there's a little note that says, there will be no voice acting. Why? You have the voice acting for Japan. Why do we not have it? We don't need to have the exact same experience that Japan had, guys. Like, you have the voice acting. Put it in there. I want to hear their voices, not me. I debated just waiting for when they would add the voice acting. But then I was like, it took a long time for them to add voice acting to Japan, and there's a chance we might not get it until after book 8 even starts, and then we're gonna be really backed up on Twisted Wonderland, and at that point I probably just end up having to voice book 7.5 anyway, just so we could get to book 8. So yeah, I'm so sorry. You can thank whoever is in charge of Twisted Wonderland English for the fact that you're gonna have to deal with me voicing these characters today. And yeah, whoever made this decision, thank you. You're gonna kill my voice. I hope you know that. And you know, it takes me longer to edit when I have to do all the talking in videos. I hope you know that, whoever made this decision. Anyway, yeah, that's why this video is a little late, because I was debating whether or not I should even do it yet or not. But I did get some comments being like, hey, 7.5. So here we are. We are gonna try and do the whole thing in one video, because apparently I just want to torture my voice today. There's only 23 chapters, and from what I hear, it's like a pretty chill book, so I don't really think it's gonna be worth splitting it all up. So yeah, we're just gonna get straight into it. Book 7.5, Adventurer at Rest. Styx, hello! Oh my gosh. That means we're gonna get to see Best Boy. Yeah, as we're venturing away from book 7. We are probably gonna get less of my most favorite character, Adia, which is very sad. But it looks like I'm gonna get to see him here. Oh, by the way, I did get the Overblot Adia card. Of course I did. In Overblot Jabil's this month, I'm pulling for it. I am pulling for it. I am. Okay, anyways, many harsh words. If you think that I remember the voices I did for all these characters in the vignettes, you would be wrong. I remember some of them. Not all of them. Oh, how I wish I was hearing your voice right now. This is unfair. So, hi. How are you guys holding up? I can't imagine it's great for you getting examined from multiple angles for days on end. Oh, geez, what do I do for Lilia? He's got such a specific voice. I'm not doing too shabby at all. I've healed up nicely, and it feels like I've gone back to my active duty days. I've spent this entire time feeling something akin to weariness or languor. Before now, any fatigue I felt was fleeting. A bit of sleep was all it would take to recover. Oh, that's right, your horn. Forgot about that part. I'm not certain if it's due to the extended duration I sustained in Arcane Realm, or the loss of my horn, but I think perhaps my magical control isn't quite where it should be yet. Your horns work like antennas gathering magical energy from nature, and they're also organs with tightly clustered nerves, right? That sounds hazardous. Be careful not to trip and fall and break your other one. I'll try. Grandmother has also had many harsh words to say to me. She's warned me that she won't stand for any further recklessness on my part. She also took to me to ask for letting all of that happen under my watch. The sheer weight of her glare made me feel as though I'd sunken into the floor, chain and all. Yeah, I remember the comments from the personnel that were present for that meeting. They were like, I sweated at least 3 liters, and I was desperate to get out of that room ASAP. Seconded from me, TBH. I was sweating buckets. It was so bad I thought it would totally extinguish my hair. What would that look like? On the plus side, at least you guys don't gripe and moan like other troublemakers. Yeah, book 6. We've been extremely grateful for how smoothly all the examinations have gone. Incidentally, one of the personnel informed us there would be a special examination today. What will that entail? Oh, that? So, here's the deal. You guys both got permission to return to Night Raven College. Somehow. Somehow after you almost killed us all. That means, we've got to verify some stuff before you go back. Both of us? It makes sense for Lilia, but myself as well. I know, right? From what I was told, there was a vote that included students and guardians at both Night Raven College and Royal Sword Academy. As well as the residents of Sage's Island, they've voted to accept you as high-risk magical disaster grade specimen. Of course, there'll be some restrictions, and whether you actually go back is up to you and your guardian. They're actually forgiving me, after all I've done. Yeah, it is pretty surprising. Just, don't do what you did last time, and you should be good. I don't think they've forgiven you. It's more of a lucky break that the locals are pretty much used to troublemakers causing magical disasters by now. Royal Sword Academy is full of gullible saps, and a lot of students at Night Raven College just don't want people to think they're terrified of you. I did hear and see, I guess, that we're getting Night Raven College. No, but this is Night Raven College. We're getting Royal Sword Academy students in Book 8. So that's cool. I don't know, I'm not that interested in Royal Sword Academy, to be honest. I also heard that there's another competition in Book 8, which is great. The competition books are my least favorite books, but maybe the new characters will be fun. How can I even begin to express my gratitude? Allow me to speak from the heart, Adia. I truly want to thank you as well. You two are besties. Do you know that? You don't. Oh, please don't start with that. I have already heard enough apologies and thanks from you guys to give me indigestion. And as far as me and Styx are concerned, you've been humoring us so much, it basically evens all out. It basically evens out all the trouble you've caused for us before. Anyway, just to confirm, are you both going back to school? Malleus. I mean, you don't have to decide today. I get why you'd be on the fence. I sure didn't want to go back to school after I overblotted. I'm sure it was the same for the other guys, too. Yeah, I know, with that beard and everything. There's awkwardness, guilt, not to mention feeling generally pathetic. For my part, I finally collected a CG of you bawling your eyes out, only to feel bad when I actually got it. But I feel a little better after collecting a CG of you hunched up after getting yelled at, plus the pathetic look of your face just today. For as timid as you seem, you have quite the personality, Adia. I know, I love him. I am a Night Raven College student and a house warden. Okay, so we'll put the school question on the back burner for now. Today we're gonna start rehab, so you can go back to your lives as they were before all this. Super, super, super rare. Wow. Rehab? Yeah. The Styx Institute of Magic Science ensures magical lives are safe to explore. Aftercare is an essential part of ensuring an overblotter can return to society. We don't want a scenario like exams are all done, you're free to go, only for peeps to go turbo blot once they're on their own. Basically, we have to make triple and quadruple sure that it's safe for you guys, or to let you guys return to your original environment. Alright, I understand. What will we be doing then? Well, after conducting detailed examinations, we learned that your magical wavelengths are actually very similar. They are? Yep, they might as well be from the same person. Impossible. We may both be Fae, but I am a bat. Malleus is a dragon. Yes, that's correct. In fact, magic circuits are never identical, even between biological relatives, like fingerprints. So we looked into potential causes. We checked your data against what was in the arcane health evaluations you got when enrolling in NRC. What we found was that Malleus's wavelength was mostly unchanged. Yours, on the other hand, Lilia, seemed like a whole other person's. Mine? I don't feel particularly strange or out of sorts, though. Couldn't it simply be that excessive exposure to my magic has caused a temporary change in his? Explaining how magic works to a Fae feels like talking down to a professional in their own field, but magical energy doesn't have subdivisions or traits like blood types. That's why it's possible to inject magical energy into other people or magical artifacts through brute force. Like what I did for Schönheit. Exactly, but even though you use magical energy from your own reserves, Vil's magic is still Vil's. Traits emerge after the energy passes through the wielder's magic circuits and subsequently gets outputted as magic. That's not what's happening with Lilia, though. His magical output is very close to being Malleus's magic. How strange. What caused that? We haven't pinpointed the exact cause, but I can give Styx's general opinion. Oh, that. Maybe the immense amount of magical energy stored in Malleus's horn and the mystery mage stone Silver was holding had some kind of reaction. And that altered Lilia's magic circuits. That ring, what manner of power did it hold? Oh, that was Lilia. That ring, what manner of power did it hold? It's going great. The mage stone embedded in Silver's ring shattered and lost its magical energy. So we're presently investigating what kind of power that stone had and how it worked. You claim that magic circuits are like fingerprints and not two sets are identical, is my understanding, correct? Yeah, this is all purely hypothetical, but I'll share the most prevailing opinion among the analysis team so far. They suspect the magic circuits that ran through Malleus's horn actually overwrote Lilia's. Overwrote? Is that even possible? I'd never heard of such a thing myself. There's no precedent for it in human history. There's some mentions in Briar Valley, but we haven't found any known cases that are an exact fit for what happened here. Point is, this is absolutely a super, super, super rare case, which is why we want detailed data from you both. The more you can get, the better it will be for us as well. It will be a long time indeed before Malleus's horns fully regrows. Any advice we can receive from experts will make his life that much easier. Great, then let's get started on the tests. Show them both to the sim room.
Subjects H and I have entered the simulation room with Karen escort. All subjects have been equipped with testing gear. Instruments calibrated, ready to collect data. Commencing recording at 1300. Everyone at Styx has the same voice. You know, if you're an NPC, you all talk like this. It's part of the rules in the hiring process.
Testing, 1, 2. This is the control room. Do you read me?
I do indeed read you.
This technology never ceases to amaze me. Our equipment's changed. Even the textures I touch feel real. I can imagine how intense it would be to play an FPS or some other game with this VR headset. Dude, Lilia plays FPSs?
Yeah, with you!
Anyway, back to the test.
So someone started using a leaf blower outside. I apologize if that picks up. This always seems to happen when I record Let's Plays. Someone uses a leaf blower. Oh, we're back. Oh no, I see. This is VR.
Let's start with you, Malleus. Could you try using ice magic at full power? Keep channeling it until I say stop. Say stop!
Are you certain? If I use my magic at full power, I could destroy your entire facility.
We? Never underestimate Styx technology. We've been imprisoning phantoms since the age of the gods. Don't hold back on our account.
The chapters end in such odd places, I feel. The dragon's horn tip. Very well then. Huh. Gut. Magic noises. Fluctuations detected in subject F8. That's an H. That's literally an H. I'm not the smartest person at Styx. Magical output. Rate of fluctuation exceeded control values.
Oh, my head.
Drat. It's like back when I first took on bipedal form. I can't regulate my power properly.
Malleus, are you alright?
What's this? When you touch me, I can feel my discomfort evaporating. Subject H's magical output and fluctuation rate are both within control value range. He's stable.
Just as I predicted. Magic is heavily influenced by one's mental state, but psychological effects alone wouldn't explain fluctuations this big. Next, I'd like you to channel your magic through Lilia's magic circuits like you did with Vil. Are you up for that, Malleus?
I've never done that before, but I'll try.
For sure. I hate to ask this of you as a first-timer, but this will be a more challenging feat of magic than just regenerating ice. Remove just the accumulated snow without using fire or heat, and without damaging any buildings or plants.
Alright. Lilia, your hand.
Here. Friendship magic.
Snows depart to the skies once more.
My word. Oh, it glitched. You weren't on one of the top 5 mages in the world for nothing. You nailed that challenging spell first try. Well, what's the observation data?
Subject H's magical output and fluctuation rate are both within control value range. He's extremely stable. I feel no discomfort or pain when using magic. It's like how it was before my horn broke.
So he needs Lilia to be, like, normal? Is that what the deal is? So in essence, I become your external magical energy regulator.
Yes, thank you for answering my question, Lilia. It would seem I'll require your aid to perform any grand feats of magic like I could before.
I've gone from being the dragon's hand to being the dragon's horn tip. What a state of affairs.
That means that in the time it takes for your horn to grow back, you can regulate your magic in spite of your inexperience. If anything, this works out quite nicely. That was what grandmother told me. At the time, I thought she was referencing my weakened magic, but could she have actually understood what was happening?
She's always been a cunning old an insightful queen. Some words are hard to pronounce. At any rate, it sounds like I won't be able to retire from being your chaperone anytime soon.
I'm sorry. You wanted to be free from the Draconia family from me. It won't be feasible right away, but I'll persuade grandmother over time, and
I think you've misunderstood something. I wasn't leaving because I wanted to be free from you.
What?
You really didn't...
Okay, I guess Malleus did not get the memo. I mean, I guess I get why he would think that, but I never not for once thought that he was trying to do that. Not even immortality is the name of the chapter. BT dubs. Oh, see. Dear Shroud, the way you rub off on my speech. I thought you were being forced to remain because grandmother ordered it.
Her Majesty asked me to stay, certainly. But a bigger reason was obviously that I wanted to watch you boys grow. If my magical reserves hadn't run dry, I would have loved to graduate school. I wanted to see Silver coming of age, Sebek officially enlisting in the Royal Guard. And your coronation, of course.
Truly.
Whoa, not so loud.
Then why did you speak of going to the land of the Red Dragon all alone?
To die alone, without hurting you?
Such a sudden declaration came as a shock to everyone. It was also deeply saddening. It brought Silver to tears.
Look, I wasn't expecting to lose my magic so suddenly. Back in my active duty days, it was considered exemplary conduct for those who couldn't fight to bow out gracefully. Otherwise, they'd be dead weight that'd slow down those still combat-worthy. They'd impede the entire war effort.
You speak of a state of affairs from centuries ago. Those days are long past.
I know. That mentality's outdated and wrong. But human lives are so very short. From our Fae perspective, they have but a mere moment to freely enjoy themselves. And he would undoubtedly use that entire fleeting moment just for me. I wanted to do whatever it took to prevent that. Now, of course, I've gotten my power back through some bizarre twist of fate, so it seems I won't be imposing on Silver for a while yet. I suppose this must be what they call a blessing in disguise. Boy, what a lucky break for me.
I understand your desire to avoid imposing on Silver, but why didn't you tell me?
Fair point.
What kind of king would I be if I didn't lend an ear to listen to my friend's woes? I wish you would have consulted with me.
Friend?
Why are you so shocked?
Sorry, would you put it that way? Why should age matter between two people both enjoying their salad days together? Hee hee hee. Wahahaha. I don't think I can laugh the way you do, Lilia. I can do my best wee hee hees, but not whatever that is.
Why are you laughing? I'm angry, you know. You never told me you were the one who hatched me from my egg, either.
Well, if I told you about that, it would lead to all sorts of topics that are difficult to talk about.
You also lied to me about Silver's origins. Did you think I would do something to him if I knew the truth?
I know you wouldn't, but it would be cruel to ask someone of your background to love him, a human. Once Silver learns more of the outside world at Night Raven College, he's bound to leave the forest and return to the human realm. I thought ignorance would be better for everyone involved. Obviously, I know that ship sailed now, of course.
It would be a lie to claim my feelings aren't conflicted after learning the truth. When he was an infant, I was puzzled why you had adopted such an unsightly creature. But before my very eyes, he grew up, learned to speak, and brazenly declared he would become a knight and protect you and me. Sebek soon joined him, and I began to find your house was full of clamor no matter when I chose to visit. It was noisy and dirty there, but still, I couldn't stop myself from sneaking away from the castle chamberlains and venturing to your home. I could hardly come to hate him now, after all this time. I see. Lilia, I would like to return to Night Raven College. Exclamation point! Children of man may be individually weak, but they drew upon their knowledge and joined forces to slay my mother and break my horn. I have much and more to learn about their collective strength. If I study that without looking down upon it, I could undoubtedly become a stronger, wiser ruler than my mother or grandmother. Wouldn't you agree? You're completely right. Besides, it's probably for the best to take shelter at school until Queen Maleficia's snappiness has abated a bit. Indeed. Even the thought of returning to Briar Valley now terrifies me. Not even immortality could save me from that. Ha 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 ha. We're laughing simultaneously. I sure wish this was voiced. I admit feeling slightly awkward at the idea of returning to school, but I'll take that over grandmother's lightning. You're not wrong. Both of us owe an apology and our gratitude to the children of man who stopped you. Agreed, and that holds especially true for Silver and Sebek. I must ensure they receive a properly fantastic reward. But it would be hardly fun to really bestow rewards. This calls for something far more special. Aha! A fine idea comes to mind. A fine idea, I know just the treats to give everyone. Will you hear my proposal, Lilia? Did this happen before the big party we had? Is this like prior to that? I can't remember how it all played out. I feel like it had to have been. Ag. Okay. And that concludes your examinations. Thank you for your cooperation. Sure thing. Thank you too. Phew, that was intense. Trey, Riddle. If you guys think that I forgot the voice I gave Trey during vignettes, you would be mistaken. I'm so sorry, but I'm not changing it. I'm giving him the stupid voice from before because it brings me a special kind of joy. Hey, Cater, since you're coming out of the nurse's office, I'm guessing you're done with your examinations. Yep. Are you guys on your way back from meeting with the head mage? Yes, we discussed Malleus and Lilia's return, but there was also much to discuss about the interscholastic games coming up in early June. And that's book 8, these games. Yay. Oh, right. Always one thing after another, huh? Oh, whoops. Hello, Karen. Should have been paying more attention. I almost ran into you. My bad. I appreciate the huge amount of support Styx has provided, examining everyone on the island for magical disaster after effects. But it's kind of hard to relax with those imposing troops marching around campus. DS Omnia is still off limits, too. They even wrapped up the DS Omnia mirror in the Hall of Mirrors with yellow tape that says "Keep Out" in big bold letters. Where are the DS Omnia students staying? Yeah, I hear it's still got such a heavy magical energy density that it's hazardous to humans. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Don't you do it. Okay. I updated my phone. That was a mistake. Ever since I updated my phone, it's been lagging and the battery's been draining. And Twisted Wonderland has not been running the way I wanted to. Is it because Malleus' horn broke? That guy's seriously on a whole other level. Styx and mages from Briar Valley have the matter in hand. Oh, don't crash, please. The head mage claims that restriction should be lifted in a matter of days. And Lils and Malleus haven't come back to school yet either. Man, I want things to get back to normal. Idia's also been missing a lot of school with how much he has to do at Styx. Oh, I have to be without my boy.
To be fair, in Adia's case, he barely shows up to class in person to begin with.
Yeah, but his presence is still there with a tablet.
Well, I want to ask him more details about the books I read in the dream, so I'd much prefer things to return to normal soon. Are you talking about the technomatic engineering manuals you read when you were keeping Malleus out of Adia's room? Yes, the school library has similar books. But they were all less detailed than the ones from Adia's dream. Their explanations were more vaguely written. The books Adia had were neatly indexed, so I could jump immediately to what I wanted to read. The text was clear and concise, with no ambiguity. They were quite well written. Why didn't I think to note the authors? Psst, Trey, those books Riddle read were part of Adia's dream, right? Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
They weren't real.
Yeah, Riddle might be looking for something Adia created from his own imagination. I'd believe it from the maverick genius himself. If Riddle learned the truth, I bet he'd corner Adia and force him to write those books immediately. What have we here?
What is going on? Lightning, pierce the stormy skies, lightning bolt.
Your trump card is mine now. Joker's wild. Sebek and Ace have switched spell structures. Adia implanted a part of my brain that lets me stumble over words to make me more human. All right, here goes. Living bolt.
There's the name of the chapter.
Oh, you're telling me the spell comes with users glaring inexperience?
Hey, what do you mean glaring inexperience? It's you who's inexperienced, not me. If you want evidence, look no further than the fact that you're standing there paralyzed after moving barely 30 centimeters.
God, what did I do for Grim? Yeah, Ace's spiky hair got even spikier.
That is a horrible Grim voice. Give me some time on him. When he tried to swipe my signature spell, he just got all hairy like a yeti. Oh god.
And when he tried to use my Crimson Slumber spell on me, he trapped Deuce instead, when Deuce was standing right behind me.
I'm starting to think it was pure luck that he pulled it off against our boss in the dream.
Okay, I've heard just about enough out of you big mouth jerks. I thought I'd gotten a handy signature spell that let me bang out powerful magic. It does seem pretty tricky to use. You've only just learned it, right?
What do you think you're doing? Hello?
I know that voice.
You do?
Oh, Riddle. Night Raven College School Code, Article 6. Fighting between students is strictly prohibited on campus. If you're violating the rules, I will have all your heads.
That's not what you think, House Warden Riddle. We have a good reason for this.
Is he learning? He's learning his spell.
A sneaky one.
Okay, so you're all helping Ace train with his signature spell.
I mean, yeah, that should have been pretty obvious.
Thanks for helping out one of our freshmen.
I mean, I heard Ace had gotten a cool signature spell, so I wanted to see what all the fuss was about.
Oh, so that's why you came back to us, Jack? You know, you stopped hanging out with me after book 3. Now you come crawling back when Ace gets a cool new spell.
I will forgive, but I will not forget. So don't read anything into it, because I'm not here to help him train. Likewise for me. Since his spell is a sneaky one that lets him rob other spells, I was simply trying to ensure I was properly controlled. And in fact, he failed to use my spell when he stole it. Humph.
Rob? Wow, rude. Joker's Wild just switches one spell with another. I'm not robbing people.
It exchanges a spell of mine with a spell from the target, that's it.
What a tricky spell. That's neat. But you have to have a read on the cards in the opponent's hand to accurately make the switch. That increases the spell's difficulty level by a considerable degree.
Quiet in the courtyard! I understand that you weren't fighting, and that you were conducting magical training. However, doing that here still constitutes a breach of etiquette.
For sure, you freshies don't have perfect control over your magic yet. What if you accidentally hit some passerby and injure them? That'd be a huge mess.
Sorry.
If you want to do training with magic, you should do it in our dorm's rose maze.
No more hither and thither. I'm done with your rose maze.
It's a little cramped for spell slinging, but if you ask Riddle, he could order the roses to make some space for you. Order the roses? All the roses in Heart's Label's maze are magical plants.
The roses configure the maze layout via orders from the house warden. Isn't that right, Trey Clover?
Yeah, I'm impressed you remember that after we only went over it once or he is a robot.
I also haven't forgotten that you told me I'm welcome to come visit.
Oh, the maze layout changes? Cool. No, it's not cool when you had to deal with hither and thither apple.
Deosomnia has magical plants too.
Well, Deosomnia is closed.
They're the briars that Malleus ordered to imprison you all in the dorm. Why are you bragging about that?
Talk about creepy.
I want to practice on the down low since the house warden would nitpick if he found out. I'm standing right here, you know. You must be quite eager to lose your head.
Now, house warden. Training to take full ownership of his spell is laudable.
You're not fooling me, AC. You just wanted to get a handle on it in private so you could get a bunch of props later, right?
Why would you guys lay off and make us a space in the maze already? Oh god, I'm back.
Oh, so your signature spell lets you swap your own magic for someone else's.
That's amazing. It'll be one powerful spell once you master it.
You're right, but it's pretty tricky to actually use. I can't use shapeshifting magic like Jack, even if I swap in his spell.
The thing about Unleash the Beast is that it's something I can only use because of my wolf ancestry, and it looks really funny.
Interesting. So your signature spell evokes your ancestors' traits from your genetic information. Does that mean it's a reservation spell rather than a shapeshifting spell?
Yes, sir. So when Ace used it, he didn't turn into a wolf. He just got all hairy.
Ew. It was funny seeing him all fuzzy. Not that he could hold a candle to my luxurious coat.
Waiting for that spell to wear off was the worst. Well, you know what they say. Failure's the mother of success and all. Did you have any other hairy experiences?
Sebek's signature spell shifts his body into a completely different form of matter. For spells like that, even if I understood how they worked, my body couldn't keep up. That goes to show my spell is one that can't be mastered by undertrained weaklings.
That's rich coming from the guy who shocks himself silly all the time.
Quiet, you!
I also can't switch spells when I don't know what kind of spell someone uses. If I'm expecting a fire spell, but it turns out to be a lightning spell, it doesn't work.
So you have to anticipate what your opponent will play next, ahead of time, like a card game.
Yep, plus the target has to have fully formulated their spell, or mine will fizzle out.
That sounds like a limitation you could overcome with the right training. Get good enough to add any missing structural components yourself, and you make the switch.
You can do that? Oh, wait, you're right. Your signature spell, Paint the Roses, lets you overwrite someone's magic. That means you instantly rewrite or rearrange a spell structure, right? Oh geez, that's kind of the thing that gets me all mixed up.
Haha, I can't overwrite just anything. Every spell has its limits.
I can vouch too. Back when I first manifested my signature spell in my fresher days, I could only make one clone. I guess in the end it comes down to a whole lot of practice, huh?
Won't build muscle without exercising. Same goes for magic.
I swiped Housewarden Riddle's spell just like that back in the dream. I can relate. I could use Crimson Slumber on the Island of Woe when things were urgent. But once I got back to school, it was misfires all day. I remember thinking, what in tarnation's wrong? Maybe it's the adrenaline rush in an emergency that makes the difference.
I do have data that claims magic is heavily influenced by someone's ability to focus, but I doubt it was a fluke that Aces succeeded in stealing Riddle's signature spell when he did. I think there's a logical reason behind it.
What would that be?
Adrenaline? Pressure? It's an important moment and I need to do the spell to move the plot forward. Taught me so much. Who taught me so much? That is the question.
With Joker's Wild, the more data you have, the higher your odds of success will be. That data includes things like the timing of the target's spell and the spell is cast, as well as its effect and potency. In your case, Ace, you've had Off With Your Head cast on you so many times, it's become commonplace.
I see.
Maybe that's why you succeeded at making the switch, despite having only a moment to act.
That makes so much sense. And also, Riddle, you may not be able to use it on him like you were before. You got collared pretty much as soon as you started school here. You might have botched it if it had been anyone else's spell. You got collared a lot. Huh? What kind of lousy reason is that?
Maybe you really only got through that mess because of exactly who you are, AC. I guess anything can pay off after steady daily repetition, huh? Haha.
Thank you, Ace. You've taught me so much about the value of repeat training.
From what I've been hearing, you seem rather proud that you stole my magic from me. But I'm not so soft that I'd leave anything of mine up for grabs once I know it can be stolen. Don't let one success go to your head. Continue to apply yourself with diligence. Oh, come on. Don't you laugh at me too, Housewarden Riddle. I rescued you guys from danger with a totally clutch move. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Laughing at you, Ace. Oh, we should be going now.
You're free to keep using this place, but be careful not to injure yourselves.
Okay, one quick group pick for the road. Hashtag NRC freshman, hashtag SIG spell training, hashtag failure is part of training. Ed posted. Keep at it, freshies. Man, I've gotta master this signature spell fast so I can make those guys eat their words.
We had these spells mastered right out of the box, then no one would have to work hard for anything. You gotta start with the fundamentals.
Training on fundamentals is my least favorite part of playing basketball.
Come to think of it, Jack, you already had your signature spell at the Interdorm Spell Drive tournament in October, right?
That means you acquired yours the earliest out of everyone present. Impressive. Was there some impetus behind learning it?
I don't know about an impetus exactly. My maternal grandfather used a reversion signature spell just like me. I really looked up to him. I kept trying to imitate it, and eventually it just clicked.
Did you manifest your magic young, too?
Not really. I developed the spark for magic when I was around 9 or 10.
Yeah, same here. My brother got his pretty early. I was half ready to accept I wasn't going to manifest it. Then it just kind of happened out of nowhere one day.
Who cares how young or old you are when your magic manifests? What matters is how you train and hone your skills after you gain it.
Oh yeah, Sebek. I remember you were on the verge of tears because you couldn't pull a spoon towards yourself in your dream. I don't know how to tell humans' ages from looking at but you seemed pretty big to...
I was not crying. Stop making ridiculous claims. Every time I thought my magic manifested, it slipped away. Back then, my magic was very unpredictable. I was 14 by the time I was stable enough to use.
I think I was around 12 or 13. I didn't realize I could use magic until after I started middle school. I pulled a bat I dropped back into my hand. That was when I realized I'd used magic.
Magic?
A bat, huh? Were you in your middle school's baseball club, Deuce?
No, I was throwing down. I was just playing a pickup game.
Uh-huh. Sure, Deuce.
Sometimes I forget Deuce would just like beat people up back in the day.
Hello?
Oh, okay. There we go. The grass is greener.
Hello?
Okay.
I'm telling you, this iPhone update is killing me. I don't want to get a new phone. But my goodness.
So, what about you, Apple? How old were you when you got the spark?
Me? I think I was around 10. I was helping my family with a harvest. I used magic to pluck an apple from high up. Then I realized what I did. There's lots of people back home who use magic for agricultural work.
Oh, human lands use magic for farm work as well. I thought you all relied on machinery.
We do rely on machinery for a lot of stuff.
I'm gonna say it again, I miss the voice acting.
But we've also got a lot of sloped fields that aren't suited for machines. Potionology helps with selective breeding and fertilizer development, and flight magic's good for surveying land and harvesting.
Did you get sorted into Pomafiore because your family's got a strong background in potionology?
Before I enrolled here, I loved flying through the air, so flight magic was pretty much all I ever used.
I love flying with magic too. It makes you feel, I don't know, magey, right?
Must be nice being able to fly around freely on a broom.
Yeah, my classmate mentioned you need a flyer's license to fly around in urban areas. And that people have really limited options for where they can practice.
Oh, right. I guess I was flying over private property. I guess that's one of the pluses of living in the country.
What about you, Grim? When did you first become capable of using magic?
Does Grim remember anything?
Oh, me? I don't know exactly what it was, but before I knew it, I could breathe fire and use magic to knock out fruit off trees.
Does that mean you were using it instinctively by the time you were old enough to remember? What strange creature dire beasts are? Actually, I never thought about it before, but how old are you?
I don't know. Never kept count. But my age and my species ain't relevant here. What is relevant is that I'm a great genius. I'm jealous of you guys. I wish I had a signature spell now that I'm enrolled in Night Raven College and all.
Can a DI program one into you? But you got some crazy spells though, Orto. You could like blow up the school probably if you wanted to.
Yeah, me too. I want a signature spell and I want it now.
I wish I could use magic at all. The three of you are so unique, you're basically walking signature spells as it is. True, you're a dire beast, humanoid, and otherworlder who all managed to get admitted into an arcane academy. You're all one-of-a-kind beings, and that nobody could ever imitate.
Okay, sure, but still. I want to recite a spell name like Gate to the Underworld, all cool the way Adia does.
Nothing's stopping you from reciting whatever you want, for that matter. Back when you were guiding us to target coordinates in the dream, didn't you recite some manner of incantation?
That wasn't an incantation, it was a system message. The students in Ignihide all tell me it's so cool. And system messages do have a flair of their own, but still.
I don't really get the distinction, but none of us would be able to pull off those system messages, even if we wanted to.
Every time I hear them, I think about how much of a tongue twister it'd be for us.
The grass is greener on the other side, huh? Maybe I should bring this up with Adia sometime.
I'm sure your brother would come up with something mighty clutch.
A signature spell to call my own. Ah, a guy can dream.
Knowing you, wouldn't it just wind up being something ridiculous?
Giant tuna!
Like getting bigger the more you eat?
You know, I could see that. Food's all he ever talks about, asleep or awake.
Say what? I definitely don't want a signature spell that lousy. You just wait. I'm gonna get me a signature spell that'll make everyone jealous. Then I'll twist you all into knots.
Keep practicing and you'll get there. I think the eat and grow bigger spell could be neat though. You keep practicing, Grim. I don't want you to get big. I like you small and cute. Those laughs do not sound like them. Hello? Okay.
Oh god. No, I forgot about Mickey. No! Don't tell me I'm gonna see him. No. Please God, no. What was that about? Hello? What? Huh? What? So confused.
Something smell.
Grim?
That smells good. Where's it coming from?
You eating a rock again, Grim? We talked about this. A stone. Is it Grim? It's a big one. He. Well, yeah, you came out of Ramshackle. It's gotta be Grim. Grim! After everything in book 6, we said no more eating rocks. Because look what happened to you. Ah! Grim. Please. No. Don't eat the blot rock. Merely drawing a line. Jamel!
I got so excited.
I got Tomodachi Life. Jamil was my third me. He's also the only Twisted Wonderland character I have on my island right now. I might add more. I just think it's really funny that like, no, my favorite character, no, he was not the first one to add. Not even my second, third, no, Jamil. Jamil was the first of my favorite characters that I added. Hey, Jamil! Sorry, I totally forgot that tomorrow is the deadline for the interscholastic forms. By the way, you're supposed to fill them out. The way you're supposed to fill them out is so complicated. I'm kind of at a loss here. You were with me when I got this stuff from the head mage, right? Help me fill them out, will you? You wish for me to complete documents for the interscholastic competition? Very well, Mr. Asim. Thanks, Huh? What's gotten into you? Why are you talking all funny like that? I have addressed you in an overly familiar manner since we were young, because you permitted me to do so. Now that I have asserted that I have no friendship with you, I considered it appropriate to correct my demeanor. Ouch! Oh, dang, Jamil. Wait, what? What's going on? Did I do something to upset you? Not at all. I am merely drawing a line. Now, I shall return to the dorm and get to work. Oh, hold on! I really don't like the stuffy way you're talking. Please talk like you normally do. Is that an order? No, it's not an order. It's just this feels creepy. It's hard to talk with you like this. It does not bother me, if you'll excuse me. Jamil, please! Just stop talking all differential and stuff. That is an order, I trust. What you're doing right now is really mean, you know. I don't don't want to call it an order. What can I do to get you to talk like you did before? Let me think. Give me the gold bracelet. I love Jamil Viper. Oh! Give me the gold bracelet you're wearing. Do so, and I shall return to my prior way of speaking. Mom gave me this bracelet as a good luck charm ages ago. But if it'll get you to talk like you used to, it's all yours. Here you go. His face. That was a joke. You're the Asim family's heir apparent. How can you let a retainer tell you what to do? I urge you to consider the value of things more. If I sold that bracelet, I could buy a luxury home in a prime location in Silk City. If you carry on in this matter, one of these days someone might take you for every last sourcent you're worth. What? Wait, Jamil, are you going after my fortune, like in your dream? Who could say? If you continue to adhere your present status quo, there will be no treasure in the world easier to take than yours. Surely you have learned by now there are no absolutes. There could be a snake in the grass near you already. There could be a snake standing right next to you with his arms folded and eyebrows raised. So, you wish for me to address you as a friend. Would, by all means, simply give the order. Dang! I don't know. Ordering you to do this doesn't feel right. And you are fine with me speaking like this for the rest of our lives? Definitely not! I'm your retainer. If my superior orders me to change my demeanor, I shall correct it at once. But, I mean, yeah, you're a retainer, but still. Why do you hesitate? Simply say the word, sir. I order you. Huh. Okay, sure, Kaleem. Since that's what you want, I'll go back to acting like a friend would. Dang, that was brutal! Dang, Jamil! Dang. But it's also like I get both of their perspectives there. Because like, the way, obviously everything with Jamil's side of things. Literally, he grew up as a slave. Like, they like to dance around it in the translations, but that's what it is. So I don't know, I understand the whole like drawing a line thing. But also, like, I know like Kaleem just has the best intentions in the whole world and just wants Jamil to be his friend. Oh, they're dynamic. It's just so interesting. Anyway, thoughts bottled up. We still with Scarabia? Yes, we are. So, what were we talking about? You wanted my help with something? I'd like some help filling out these forms for the intergalactics. Oh, that. No way. Jamil Viper, I have missed you so much. Yeah. That's your job as house warden. Why should I do it for you? This is on you for barely paying attention to the head mage's explanation since you assumed I'd remember it. Huh? How can you say that? You're the one who told me to act like a friend. Jamil! You're such a snake and I love it. When a friend doesn't want to do something, they say no. Isn't that unfair? Unfair? Look who's talking. You don't want to give me orders as my superior, but you don't want to take no for an answer as my friend. You can't have it both ways. So, will you order me to stop being a friend and be a retainer instead? You can do that whenever you want, Mr. Asim. Okay, you're right. That wasn't fair of me. I'll learn from my mistake. Oh, where are you going? Your forms aren't done. I'll do them myself. Uh-huh. Bring them to me when you've finished the first draft and I'll review them. I'll do my job as Vice House Warden. After all, I can't have Scarabia be the only dorm sending in shoddy paperwork. That sounds like a challenge. Just you watch. I'll fill out these forms so perfectly you won't have anything to fix. Huh, we'll see about that. If you carry on in this manner, one of these days someone might take you for every last sourcent you're worth. Ah, yes. The Jamil parade. Who could forget? Do I need to stop him from taking over my family? No, it'd be bad if anyone took it over, not just Jamil. Even if something's complicated and hard for me to understand, I can't leave everything to someone else. If Jamil ever seriously tried to take over the Asim family, that could turn into a whole rematch of our brawl in the dream. Ah, I swear I won't lose to Jamil. Jamil really gonna try and pull a Jafar in the future? Well, are you quite satisfied now that you're done eavesdropping from the shadows? Who? You can come out now. Azul is watching. Please, you wound me. That conversation was so loud, I could have heard it with my ears plugged. I must say, though, I'm shocked that you're plotting a takeover of the Asim family. And here I thought you weren't the type to take an interest in money or influence. I thought so too, until I saw a dream Malleus gave me. Wait, you're actually gonna try? Oh my god. Dang, he really is just gonna become Jafar. He's like, wait, this dream was actually kind of great. Having everyone in town kneel before me, getting to put a foolish ruler in his place from atop an elephant, that felt incredible. I love the Jamil parade. Okay, it was great. You can relate, right? Must have felt amazing being a star athlete and reigning at the top of the school hierarchy. Ugh, please do not bring up my dream. That was a distorted dream Malleus gave me. My true desires are nothing so foolish. Is it really something to be ashamed of? Who doesn't want to be popular? Huh? Of course everyone wants to be special, to be better than everyone else. Our dreams are exaggerated and distorted in weird ways, but they were still our wishes in part. As much as I hate to admit it, they were. Logically, I know that's a foolish thing to wish for, and I've kept I'm sorry, Jamil, I'm very flustered. And I'd kept such thoughts bottled up until they were forcibly dragged out. Looking down on others and openly scorning them, all while being showered in adulation. My dream self was comically absurd. But you're right that I tasted an exhalation unlike anything I've ever felt before. Exactly. Malleus picked quite the nightmares to show us. Once someone has a taste of nectar, they can't help but want to taste it again. That's just human nature. Jamil, are you actually planning to take over the Asim family? Who could say? Sidestepping the question of whether I'd carry out to take over in reality. A man's allowed to dream, isn't he? Oh, Jamil. Never change, sweetie. Interscholastic games! Hey, Riddle. Huh? Did he leave already? I had some stuff to ask him. Oh, interesting combo. Riddle has stepped out of class to assist Professor Train. His things are still here, so I expect he'll return shortly. God, how do I do a ruggy voice? You want to talk to him too? Bad timing. Is that what you guys are here for? Yep, Leona gave me an Interscholastics form to hand in, and Riddle's the guy in charge of collecting it. The Interscholastics. The full title is the Arcane Academy Interscholastic Game, I believe. They were postponed due to the Malleus affair, which has led to a situation where we have to handle Interscholastics prep on top of our already hectic exam preparations. Azul was complaining about how ridiculously busy he was. Is Azul still doing the study guide side hustle? Sadly, the head mage has prohibited providing study guides in exchange for compensation. So I believe his new plan is to make them obtainable via the Mastro Lounge's point cards. Registered members can exchange points to participate in online seminars. How do you do that laugh? How do you do it? I can't do it. Ruggy. That guy never learns. Yo, Jade, I gotta hurry up and get to basketball practice. Did you call Goldfishy and tell him to get back to class already? Actually, better idea. You could just give him the book back for me. I'll do no such thing. If you borrowed something, you should be the one to return it. Why are you waiting for Riddle, Floyd? We had an ancient incantations assignment to write an essay about this book we were supposed to read. I've been putting it off since I didn't feel like doing it. And it's getting close to the deadline, so I finally dragged myself to the library. Every copy of that book was checked out. It'd be boring to wait for someone to bring it back.
So I went to get a copy from Azul. Class C had a different book to read. The professor probably switched up assignments to avoid too many people copying each other's work. Class C had the same book, but Jade was still using his and wouldn't let me borrow it. So I got it from Goldfishy instead, since he was already done with his essay. Oh, it totally tracks for Riddle to be done already. You lucked out big time getting a copy to borrow, huh, Floyd? Come on, Colleen. You know a guy that straight-laced wouldn't sub-loan library property to somebody else in a million years. Floyd probably just took it. I didn't just take it. I wrote him an IOU.
When Riddle saw that IOU written on a tore-off sheet of loose-leaf paper, the look on his face made me shudder.
That explains why you're so insistent on Floyd giving it back himself. Yep, and that's why I'm waiting for Goldfishy.
My, this is quite an eclectic gathering. Hello, Azul. Is that paper in your hand what I think it is? If you think it's the submission forms for the Arcane Academy Interscholastic Games, then yes, you are correct. That is a mouthful. We gotta shorten this, okay? Like we did the SDC. We need an AAIG. An IG. Don't tell me Riddle already returned to his dorm for the day. No, he stepped out, but I expect him to be back soon. Then I'll wait a bit.
What's wrong, Azul?
There's a pair of feet sticking out the row here, and I feared I'd been the first to discover some manner of foul play.
Leona?
But it's just someone lying across the seats.
Oh no, Silver! The other person that sleeps on the floor.
But it's just... Oh, wait, is that Silver?
Oh no!
Z. He's sleeping rather peacefully.
Oh yeah, come to think of it, I don't think he showed up to the afternoon class. Jellyfishy and I had an elective in this classroom before lunch. I'm guessing he's been catching Z's here ever since.
And judging by how soundly he is sleeping, he may remain here until tomorrow morning. Silver? Silver?
Is it morning already?
Good morning, though I fear school's only just let out for the day.
Oh. Wait, school's out? Oh no, I slept through lunch and all my afternoon classes.
You're wide awake and alert in our dreams, but I guess you're the same as ever here in reality.
Actually, my random drowsy spells have gotten a lot better since that incident.
Oh, is that right? They always seemed to trouble you before. If matters have improved, I'm happy to hear it.
Yeah, I go through examinations at Sage's Island Hospital at Styx all night. Or all right. From what I've learned, my sleeping habits were caused by vestiges by the...
What was that noise? Oh my god, do you guys hear that?
Oh goodness. I can't be the only one hearing that noise. What is that? Were caused by vestiges of... I'm gonna keep going before it starts again. Of the blessing the fairies gave me as an infant. Though apparently those effects have mostly dwindled away.
Why is sleeping like a baby in here?
God, I really wish I knew if that was picking up on the mic. That's so loud. Well, I'm looking at the audio waveforms and it's not showing. Oh, the early summer weather was so refreshing and pleasant, it just happened.
So you just dozed off for real. That's funny.
Effects of the blessing you received as an infant, was it? As I understand it, you are the last prince of Bladevale, a country that fell approximately 400 years ago. And the fairies' blessing kept you sleeping until recent times, yes?
Apparently it's still hard for me to wrap my head around it.
Oh, that was 2 sentences. Oops.
Dang, it's like something out of a fairy tale, but right here in the modern day. That's amazing.
While Silver's name and face were kept from circulation in the media, newspapers did cover the story, and it's been generating buzz all over social media.
Guess there's no stopping juicy gossip. If Silver lived anywhere other than Sage's Island, he'd probably be getting hounded by the press nonstop.
I'm truly grateful to the head mage and the local residents for working to ensure I don't have to worry about such disruptions. But here I am, skipping my classes and wasting the whole day napping. I'm beyond disappointed in myself.
Our afternoon classes were just study halls anyway. You don't have to beat yourself up over it. I've been struggling with my interscholastics forms so much, I barely made any progress in my classwork either.
Ah, so you're also here to submit your forms?
Same, I'm handling it for Leona. Actually, I don't even know how to fill it out, so I was hoping Riddle could explain it to me. Can't you just ask Sea Snake to do it?
No, I can't! Whoa, dude. Why'd you have to yell so loud? I'm determined to finish this myself without relying on Jamil. What's wrong? Did you have a fight with Jamil? It's not a fight. We agreed to have him check my work after I'm done. But for now, I'm not getting any help from him.
But you're still not doing it yourself if you ask Goldfishy for help, right?
Kaleem, you'd be welcome to welcome me. Wait, what? Kaleem, you'd be welcome to ask me for assistance. That's a typo. I'll give you a friend discount. Didn't the head mage tell you not to engage in paid commission work on campus grounds, Azul? And what's this I hear about a fight? There better not have been any brawling. Welcome back, Riddle. Everyone's been eagerly awaiting your return. I'm losing it, guys. Oh, they have. Alright, 10 chapters to go. Woo! There are no exceptions. Yes, Octagonal's forms seem to all be in order. You're quite meticulous with your paperwork, Azul. Savannah Claw's forms had 2 issues. I left sticky notes where things need amendment. You can turn it in again after making the necessary corrections.
Come on, these are minor mistakes. Can you just fix them for us real quick, Riddle?
It's prohibited by for anyone other than the corresponding house warden to revise or amend these documents.
Aw man, what a hassle. Wish I could fix it myself, but Leona's handwriting is so neat that you'd find me out like that.
I can see why the head mage placed Riddle in charge of collecting forms.
Goldfishy's way too nitpicky. How annoying.
Oh. Yeah, you got it, Floyd. You got punished. Revisions that detract from a document's authenticity, not to mention reloaning library books, are both prohibited by the rules. There are no exceptions. And didn't I tell you I was going to return that book to the library after school today? You could have checked it out through proper channels. Why would you go out of your way to break the rules instead?
Look, my deadline was coming up and I was in the mood to get my work done right then.
I'll at least commend your respect for deadlines and academic drive. I won't let you off again. Hey Riddle, what am I supposed to put in this field exactly? Your grounds for recommendation. Each house warden is supposed to provide a concise explanation of why they recommend a student for the team. Like they're a hard worker or have neat handwriting, except this is about magic, right? It's hard to explain that concisely. These forms have so much to fill in. Magical reserves, activation speed, magical specialization, control score. And it's not just magic related things. There are even fields for physical fitness test scores. Yes, I was also surprised at the level of detail.
What are these forms even for?
The registration forms for students participating in the Arcane Academy Interscholastic Games. This is a mouthful! EIG! Competing in EIG!
Ah, that's what we did all that stuff for.
Insomnia held their qualifiers recently as well. After Scarabia's qualifiers, Jamil and I spent all night pondering who we'd recommend. Each dorm selects players to represent them. Then the faculty and house wardens meet and decide which event to assign to which player. This will be my, Azul, and Floyd's first time participating, so I'm both excited and nervous. It'll be the first time for me and Jamil, too. I'm super excited. But you didn't take part last year, Azul? That's surprising to hear. Yes, I was thoroughly preoccupied last year, laying groundwork to become house warden. I mean, we had such an incredible pool of talented upperclassmen, there was sadly no room for me. You took part last year, I believe, Riddle? Yes, I was already house warden then.
How about Jellyfishy and Shark Sucker?
I failed to make the cut last year due to not being sufficiently trained, but I managed to get in this time.
Yep, I made the cut too. I actually made the cut last year too for the Spell Drive team, but I never actually saw a play. All I did was warm the bench. This year I'll beat those Royal Sword Academy jerks and get some corporate attention. The Interscholastics are my chance to redeem myself after the brutal time I had in the Interdorm tournaments. That was your fault for breaking ankles, dude. Next Raven College and Royal Sword Academy engage in 4 different magical competitions in this meet, and this year marks the event's centennial. It will have far more media attention than the Interdorm Spell Drive tournament. It's going to be the most exciting event yet. Out of the 4 different competitions, Spell Drive is the only constant. The other 3 are random and change yearly, as I understand. Why are they random? To prevent cheating?
Some of the competitions include things like accurate potion formulation or speedy special ingredient retrieval. Malleus told me that out of those, some can't always be held the same way every year. Ah, yeah. There are magic flowers that only bloom once every few years, and types of seaweed that only grow in freak weather conditions. Ah, okay, so that's why spell drive's the only constant, to avoid too many external constraints. The Department of Magic should send word about this year's competition sometime soon. Ooh, man, I'm all fired up now. I can't wait. If you want to take part in the meet, you'll have to finish your paperwork properly first. The submission deadline is 5 p.m. tomorrow. You don't have any time to waste, Colleen. Oh yeah, that's right. I've got to finish this up. Our teams will include students from different dorms and class years. I can only wonder how things will shape up. I'm certain this will be the height of entertainment. Been a lot of setup for what's going to go down in Book 8 with these games. With I, as I'm calling them. That's nothing! I'm gonna switch to some other characters now.
Ah, I shook myself off a ton, but I'm still sparkly all over.
Well, you did spectacularly botch mixing that potion. Cleaning up the alchemy workshop was a total nightmare. What'd you do, Grim? In today's class, we'll be formulating and embarking a confection with magical effects. You want us to bake something, sir? I thought this was a potionology experiment. Confections with magical effects are created through an application of potionology. It's not about simply combining ingredients. You need enough magical skills in order to stabilize the effects. Take leaping macarons, for example. They're reputed to temporarily improve focus and memory. That effect is derived from using clairviolets that have been thoroughly dried and powdered. Those same flowers also provide the macarons with their beautiful coloring, and their sweetness comes from a special powdered sugar that with high magical conductivity. By imbuing these ingredients with magical energy during the mixing process, the resulting confection gains a modest magical effect. Wow, that stuff they sell in the school store actually does something? I thought they were all just bogus placebos.
Does that mean we can get good grades on tests if we eat a bunch of those macarons?
Bad boy. They don't become more effective when you consume them by the dozen. You can learn how they work today, not gorge on them. Now measure your ingredients, please, and be careful and precise.
Now, these whatever violets are supposed to boost memory and focus, but adding more powder means even bigger boost, right?
No, Graham. The recipe only calls for 1 gram for 2 servings. No, you're not onto something. Graham, no.
1 gram? That's nothing. We should throw in a few tablespoons of that stuff. Yahaha. Mix the violet powder with the almond powder and powdered sugar. What's going on? I mixed the violet powder in, and now it's glowing and sparkling. Rah! With how much Corella gets on my case, I'm sick and tired of making sweets.
This is from the guy in the gastronomy club.
The gastronomy club's all about eating good food, not cooking it.
What's the matter, you two? Why the long faces? You're usually so eager at lunchtime. You're sparkling and smell like violets. Let me guess, you did a lab exercise to make leaping macarons and you botched it by overloading on clairviolet powder, right?
How'd you know?
Every year, there's a handful of freshmen who get the same bright idea as you and end up botching it in the same way. There's a proper amount for everything. Even delicious seasonings can make a dish inedible if you put too much in. But no need to mope about it. I've got a freshly finished blue plate special here, seasoned to perfection by the chefs. Eat up and keep studying throughout the afternoon.
Thank you very much.
We got stuck cleaning after class for so long, there's no place left to sit.
Hey, Morgan, Grim, over here. I don't want to sit with Sebek, though.
What happened to you two? Your hair is coated in some sparkling powder.
Grim botched a potionology experiment and sent powder everywhere. It made us all sparkly, too. I was standing right nearby, so my labware looks like a glittery sequined coat. You better have learned something from that, Grim.
Shut up. You got gooey jelly everywhere that one time, remember? Would you like me to use my air duster to blow the powder off?
Hey, don't you dare do that here. We get powder in our food.
That happened with someone from our dorm once. There's a medicinal herb that's supposed to be good for the skin. One guy added too much to his moisturizer and turned his face neon green. Once he was better, Bill got on his case about how quantity doesn't necessarily equal quality.
That goes for protein powder too. It's essentially for building muscles, but drinking too much of it gives you stomach problems.
Oh, is that what you're drinking now? That stuff you mentioned buying at club practice?
Yeah, it's a pear-flavored soy protein powder. Some flavors aren't all that great when you mix them with just water, but this one's decent on its own.
Maybe I should carry around a bottle of protein drink like you do, Jack. It's supposed to be most effective when you drink it just after exercising, right?
Yeah, I brought mine to have after club practice. The Vargas put me through the ringer in PE.
No kidding. He was all, you'll never beat Royal Sword Academy with running like that. I guess the faculty is pretty fired up about the interscholastic games too. My class in Simbex had a joint ancient incantations lesson today. We held a mock battle in an event that was previously held at the interscholastics. What kind of mock battle was that?
Find out next time on Twisted Wonderland. Been screened out? Or being screened, not been. I've been doing too much reading, guys. I'm losing it.
It was a competition to see who could assemble scattered scraps of a passage in an ancient language and decipher it the fastest. We're told the event at the games requires people to collect scraps of paper and stone tablets scattered across a field.
Can you make some wild phrases out of that if you assemble the parts in the wrong order?
Yep, you're supposed to read the finished passage out loud, and tons of people piece together ridiculous sentences. It reminded me of this card game where you use the cards you're given to make a phrase. It was pretty funny. The teacher burst out laughing too.
How could an educator laugh themselves breathless during a classroom exercise? It isn't a game.
Didn't you assemble an ingenious passage of your own, Sebek? 7 beasts rode the pumpkin carriage to court where they lied and their noses grew?
Ah, 7 beasts riding a carriage? At that point, it's just a bus. And what could cause their noses to grow in court? Ha.
Stop laughing! All of you would make passages just as bizarre.
No, I'm better than you, Sebek. I'm sorry.
Hey, Morgan!
What?
When they do that exercise, be certain to record whatever ridiculous phrases they make. Then don't laugh at them.
Okay, I will get with you on that, Sebek. I would love to record their sentences and laugh at them. But they're probably gonna be really stupid.
But now that we know there's a class like that, we'll know what to expect. Sorry, but I'm gonna prep like mad before even attempting it.
I don't know if any amount of prep will help me string together proper passages. Ancient languages are essential for handling spell incantations. It would be unacceptable, riddle, or not, why did I say riddle? I was envisioning Vil and I said riddle. It would be unacceptable for a Pomifiore student to let himself be outdone by any other dorm. Eep, I know that voice.
Bonjour, hatchlings! May we sit at your table? The others have no empty seats.
Of course. Hey, Grim, move your books off the seat. Thank you. Phew. Wow, you sound kind of tired there, Vil. Even I get tired sometimes. Just when we're done handling the fallout from the magical disaster, we have to rush to prepare for the interscholastics. And we juniors have to apply for internships by the end of May. Hey, it's May right now! Never have I had to scramble to get so much work done by such tight deadlines. It's unbelievable.
What's an internship?
No, not this again. No. Listen, I remember book 7 where we went on and on about internships for like 10 chapters. We do not need to do that again.
We heard about those at the culture fair, remember? Do not refresh my memory. I know. I remember. Oh, you're gonna tell me anyway.
Seniors at Night Raven College study off campus at institutes and businesses. It's customary for juniors to choose and apply to these internships themselves, yet it seems our queen remains undecided. It's not every day I see you struggling to decide something, Phil.
Now there's another weird noise outside. Is that one picking up? Let me look at the waveforms. Okay, it's not showing on the waveforms.
All I've decided for certain is that I'll go to a film studio. The question is which one. There are 3 I'm torn between, each with their own separate styles and company cultures.
Films are heavily influenced not just by their directors and scripts, but also by the studio creating them.
Would it be possible for you to intern at a different studio each quarter? The thought did cross my mind, but making and releasing a single film can take years.
Plus, I'm Bill Schonheit. If I was only there for a few months, I imagine I'd get no work done from dealing with all the endless fawning and simpering. Then the internship would be over in a flash, and I'd have nothing to show for it. My dream is to achieve the epitome of beauty as an actor. But I wish to learn the rigors of working on a set as a simple rookie. So I decided to fully commit to a single place for all 3 quarters.
Is this gonna be a year-long commitment? I can see why you wouldn't want to pick something to tide you over. But don't people also get screened out at the interview and resume reviews stages? How can you be sure that you'll make it into the internship you want?
Who do you think you are talking to, Cucumber? Me? Being screened out? Not possible.
I feel bad for whichever corporate guy has to make Vil work like a rookie employee.
He's got way too much presence for and intensity for a rookie. He lords it over everyone. Have you finished your application, Rook?
I applied to an archaeological research institute in the Shaftlands.
What? I thought you'd be going wherever Vil was, or...
I am le chien d'amour, I can't speak French, pursuer of beauty. While I do wish to remain with Vil, I came to the conclusion that I would not be able to, that it would not be the pursuit of beauty if I did.
Pursuit of beauty?
A question, Apple. Would you agree one cannot achieve a full understanding of a jewel's shine merely by gazing upon it? I decided to follow my own path in seeking the essence of beauty, all the better to appreciate Vil's shine.
Sure, I don't really follow, but I kind of get it, maybe.
Adoration and adulation are 2 different things. I believe he's saying that true learning comes from not from following in another's footsteps, but by striving for one's own goals.
Oh, Sebek, you understood what Rook says?
I guess you weren't kidding about being an avid reader. Here I thought you were just a loudmouth. Don't act impressed over something so trivial! Are you mocking me?
Yes. Hey, sorry to interrupt. Is a seat next to you taken, Jack? Ruggy? Yes. I was like, okay, Savannah Claw theme is coming in, and Leona would not say hey.
Ruggy, no, it's not.
Sweet, then consider it taken now.
Hi, Leona.
By Leona.
Huh? I mean, I'm fine with sitting with Leona. He's a very pretty man to look at, so I'll take it. No sense agonizing. We're making progress, guys. Slowly but surely here.
Leona, I got you a seat.
Hey, Ruggy, give me one somewhere else.
Oh, don't be picky. You know this is the only table with open seats.
You saved a spot for yourself, didn't you? Switch with me.
Sure, I can do that, but my spot's at that table there.
Yeah, he definitely does not want to go there.
Guess this one's the lesser of 2 evils.
My, what a thing to say. If you don't like it, you're welcome to have your lunch on the floor.
Sorry, but indoor picnics aren't my thing. Hey, Jack, scoot over some. Yes, sir.
Well, enjoy your lunch, and don't forget to put your own dishes away when you're done.
Ah, shut up. What are you, my mom?
Ah, Leona's Blue Plate special has 2 hamburgers. No fair.
What's the problem? One's not gonna be filling enough. You could buy a second one too if you wanted. I agree that a single hamburger is hardly filling, but for a royal prince to talk with his mouth full, how uncouth.
You're uncouth.
Are you whining about manners in a school cafeteria? This isn't some upscale restaurant. Nobody cares how anyone here eats their food.
Ah, such swift work the Roy de Lions is making of that hamburger. I suppose that must be the norm in the savannah, where a moment's carelessness is all too fatal. Perhaps at times beauty lies in haste, rather than taking things slow.
It's just speed dating. He's barely even chewing his food.
Hey, Leona! Stop putting your vegetables on Jack's plate.
I'm just giving extra nutrients to a growing underclassman, right, Jack? Actually, I'm done eating. You can have the vegetables for yourself.
Are lions unable to efficiently digest vegetables since you're carnivores? That's fascinating.
Why is everyone at this table getting on my case? It's spoiling my meal.
They're saying those things because they care about you, plus not chewing your food enough really isn't good for you. Or a tray. It's like, who from Hearts Label's coming over? I hear the theme. Oh, great. Now Pops is on my case, too.
Aha, it feels like a little strange being called Pops by someone older than me.
Trey, any spots over there? Oh, hey, now there's a rare grouping of peeps. Are you guys looking for seats?
Yeah, but I can see your table's pretty full. We'll keep looking.
Ace and I are done. You can have our spots.
Oh, are you sure?
Yep, I don't want the house warden hearing we stayed at our table more than 15 minutes after finishing our lunches.
I don't think Riddle would have your heads over that at this point.
Yeah, probably not.
Plus, there's an easy way to cheat the system.
You can just drag out having a post-meal tea or dessert and say you're not done eating it. We've got PE coming up, so we can't stick around too long anyway. We gotta get changed and get to the sports field. Morgan, Grim, be careful not to spend too long eating or you'll be tardy for your afternoon class. Catch you later.
Yeah, see ya.
Yeah, I'll stay here because I get to hang out with Bill and Rook and Leona. Superior. We just need like Adia and Jamil to come over now. It's a party. Oh, and Orto's here too. This is great.
Then I'll take the spot next to you.
So what were you talking about? Hard to imagine the topics that come up in this odd gathering. We were admiring the delightful way the Roy des Lions eats his meal. You were. The rest of us were most certainly not. We had been discussing our internships.
Oh, right. Internship applications. Leona, you finished yours before the orientation was even over, right?
It's just a one-year internship. I'll take whatever gets me the school credits. No sense agonizing over it.
Where will you be going, Leona?
Mining an energy business institute in the Sunset Savannah.
What?
Why is that so shocking? You don't think I'd make the cut to get into a research institute?
I knew you were smart, but I always assumed you'd do something spell drive related.
Yeah, me too.
Even Ruggy was talking about that. He said since the Sunset Savannah doesn't have a world-class team, you should make one yourself.
As if I'd ever do something that tedious. So you don't have plans to stick with spell drive after you graduate then?
I wasn't exactly planning on joining some team of amateurs with day jobs, but the Sunset Savannah gets picked to host the Spell Drive World Cup. Putting some serious effort into it wouldn't be the worst thing.
The Spell Drive World Cup? That's the one that's held every 4 years that everyone goes wild about, isn't it? Oh, do they hold world tournaments in varying locales for Spell Drive like they do for soccer?
Yeah, the Sunset Savannah does have a Spell Drive Pro League, though it's all minor teams, barely better than amateurs. Still, there's a non-zero chance we'd get picked to host. In the event the Savannah did get picked, the government wouldn't have to push through a lot of infrastructure to support it. A stadium, accommodations for visitors, all kinds of stuff.
So it'd basically be urban development using Spell Drive as a pretext.
That's what Leona would actually be interested in.
But changing a nation by means of spell drive could potentially be a sound idea. True, a single-star player exerting genuine influence over a nation or swaying public opinion is hardly unprecedented.
And teams of star players are supposed to draw in lots of strong, capable younger people. Leona's got the right idea, I think.
A pro player, huh? I guess it's a decently expedient way to go from unpopular to popular. Getting some time in the spell drive spotlight would definitely be a huge drive of urban and economic development. But it'd be a brief fad. The enthusiasm wouldn't last for long. Same for a stadium. You can push through building one, but you need arrangements and a place to sustain it long term. Facilities that aren't fully utilized are just money sinks. But isn't it the job of the ones running the country to think about such things? People build something and can't properly use it, that's their problem. They can't expect the government to cover all their long-term utilization needs. Besides, I'm not even king. Why should I care how things pan out?
True, I don't like the idea of letting other people handle stuff for me either, but he spoke in a similar way in his dream, and very nearly ruined his own country.
So basically, he's the type that doesn't want to take responsibility, but still wants to try ambitious projects.
I can't believe I'm hearing this from the House Warden of Savannah Claw, famed for its spirit of persistence. Well, no matter, I suppose.
Some tap water, okay. Weird name for a chapter.
So, Trey, have you and Cater made your choices?
Yeah, I applied to an agricultural technology center in the Scalding Sands. I went to research selective breeding of fruits.
Scalding Sands, huh? They're supposed to be one of the most cutting-edge places for selective fruit breeding.
I could draw on my science club experience there, and it'd be a good way to earn credits, right? So I'll spend 2 quarters there, and once I get the credits I need to graduate, I was thinking of spending my 3rd quarter at a business that develops condiments.
Thrilling stuff, Trey.
Condiments? I mean, that's on brand for the guy who can recognize most spices with just a taste, but why? I'm interested in the development of sweeteners that are healthy and low calorie. If I want to feed people lots of sweets, I should be mindful of the effect it has on them, right?
Yeah, you don't want them to end up like they did in your dream. Oh god. I forgot I'm afraid of you, Trey. That's a wonderful mindset to have, but isn't that ultimately something for the one eating to decide if they care about? All a preparer of food can do is provide options to choose from. And even the healthiest of food can have adverse effects if you eat too much of it.
That's a fair point. I guess I'm more worried about my own self-control than anyone else.
I can't believe... Oh, that was good. That was good, game.
Boy, yeah, I get what you mean.
True, after seeing that dream, it makes perfect sense why you'd think that way.
I still have nightmares of when Ace and Juice were chasing me. They're rolling!
As, Orto said over the speaker to Adia.
You guys don't want to know. You don't want to know.
Regardless, it's Trey joyous? I don't know. To see that the Chevalier of Roses has chosen his path forward. What of you, Monsieur Magicam? I recall you being quite uncertain on orientation day.
I've thought about it a lot, and I'm probably going somewhere related to architecture or interior design.
Right now, my first choice is an interior design company in the Kingdom of Roses. It was befitting of someone ever aware of trends. Was there something in particular that turned your thoughts in that direction?
Heartslaver's decor in my dream was pretty cameable, right? I remember it being ridiculously glowy and flashy and stuff.
Okay, it might have been a little over the top, but I actually kind of dug the whole a castle of your own, where you don't stand on ceremony for anyone else vibe. And after going through other people's dreams, it struck me that there are as many castles of your own as there are people. So I thought it'd be fun to help build those figurative castles for different people. And why limit myself to residential design? I'd be down for working on cafes or amusement parks or whatever else. Eventually there'd be tons of castles I had a hand in building all over the world. Homes, restaurants, parks. Sounds rad, right? Très bien! What a grand and beautiful dream. I'm honored to have been here when you shared it. But doesn't architecture-related work require getting into specialized universities? Exactly, that's the problem. I'm so allergic to studying.
You're not exactly a slow learner. Maybe you could manage if you started studying a little harder now. Except that would mean basically starting from square one, though. I'm really iffy on my chances of... Oh, guys, I just spotted a super rare site out in the wild.
Is it a Tia? Is it? Yes, it's the best boy. Come sit with me. So many people. I should just go, but I'm here. Come sit with me.
Ah! Other people. Why did I scream? Like I was scared. I am very similar to this man.
Oh, excuse me, Ape. Whoever designed this cafeteria must have been an extrovert architect with no regard whatsoever for loner nerds. Long tables with bench seats, all designed for strangers to sit with strangers. The concept of personal space is beyond non-existent here. Ugh, I just know if I sit next to someone, they'll be like, ugh, the ick. Or doesn't blue just ruin your appetite?
No, blue boosts it. Come here, sit with me.
If I ever bumped elbows with someone, they'd get all huffy and about lefties being a pain.
No, I'll accept you. Come here.
Yeah, nope. That's it. I'm heading back. There's no place for introverts like me in a cafeteria with no separate seating or partitions to speak of.
I'm also an introvert. Come here.
Hey, Adia!
Back. Orto.
It's not every day you come to the cafeteria. Are you about to have lunch?
I was gonna, but it's so crowded. I'll just fill my stomach with some tap water instead.
There's the name of the chapter.
You won't get nutrients you need that way. You need real food.
I think this is the first I've ever seen you in the cafeteria during lunch rush, Adia. Look, it's not by choice. My personal food stock ran out, so I went to the school store to buy my usual jelly supplements and junk food, only to hear, I've got what you want in stock now, but I can't sell it to a little imp who makes that his whole diet. Sam actually denied the sale.
Wow, he put customer well-being over his profits. I'll have to thank Sam later. Reminds me of the time I tried to buy nuts when they were on sale. He told me, at the pace you go through these, little imp, you won't finish one bag before its expiration date.
So he remembers how often you normally come in to buy stuff? Yikes.
Sam's quite impressive. I can learn a thing or two from his keen insight.
For all that insight, he sure likes trying to pawn off useless junk at premium prices. I can't make head or tails of that guy.
Come on, Adia, join us at the table. I'll get some lunch for you.
What? This table? The one crammed with all these overbearing, pushy types?
I'm not overbearing and pushy. Come here.
I'd literally rather eat lunch in a bathroom stall than sit at— Orto, hold on. Don't leave me.
Hi.
Hi, Miss Boy. Welcome to the table.
Come on, you're the best one here. I'm so happy to have you. Yay, Adia.
Do it gently. Okay, what the hell kind of title for the chapter is that? That's weird. Okay, what the hell?
Come, Roy de Shum.
I don't know how he says this stuff. Have a seat.
Adia's making the same kind of high-pitched whine you hear when a mosquito's buzzing around.
You don't have to be so scared.
Quailing after showing us how dependable you could be in the dreams. Surely you can carry yourself that way in reality.
Come now, Sebek. This is a place for eating, not for shouting. Okay, is that Lilia or Malleus? Both of them.
Lilia, my liege.
It seems this table is also full, Lilia. Yeah, we're tragically occupied, so find someplace else to eat or sit.
I cannot get my words out. Go on, shoo. No, there's room. I'll clear this truce at once. By all means, you would be welcome to sit here.
With that word that I can't pronounce? Well, we just finished lunch anyway. I guess we can get going.
Yeah, I gotta change into our school uniforms.
Oh yeah, we got PE next period. Morgan, you gotta get changed.
No, Adia just got here. I'm staying. If we're late, we get an extra lap around the grounds. I mean, I really wish I had outfit changing magic because I want to be here with my best boy. He just got here. Oh, the freshmen still can't use magic to change clothes after waking from their dream. You know, I could always install an outfit changing spell script in your magical pens.
I get to spend time with you while you do it. Okay.
No, I'll do it.
Go on, away with you two. Make room for my liege. And Lilia post-haste.
But I want to be with you. Can I stay? Did me and Grim leave, or was it just those two?
Please, right this way, my liege.
Oh, thank you. Sorry about this, boys. It's appreciated, though. Oh, don't mind us. Enjoy your lunch. Am I still here?
Adia, I brought your lunch. Ah! Greetings, Malleus Draconia and Lilia Van Rouge.
Hello, little Shroud. I see you're hard at work being your brother's minder.
Yeah, he's quick to skip meals if nobody pays attention. Here you go, the blue plate special, with some warm soup. I'm gonna head out with Morgan and Grim.
No, I am leaving!
Make sure to finish the whole tray, okay?
No! I want to be here with him. Wait, what? No, don't leave me by myself. No! This sucks.
Dear me, I never imagined I'd have to actually hunt for a seat in the cafeteria. True, I recall any table you approached would clear out immediately. Perhaps it's because I'm in a weakened state with one of my horns broken, but fewer students avoid me now. Additionally, for the first time ever, a student tried to pick a fight with me by bumping his shoulder into mine as he walked by.
Dude, pulling a power move on someone who's been weakened? That's such archetypical scrub behavior, lol. Frankly, even with your horn broken, you've just been downgraded from cheat tier overlord to highest of the overlord's 4 generals. You're still way out of most people's league.
I still struggle to moderate my power, so I would prefer if others would cease behavior that puts their lives in danger.
Malleus, don't start any trouble for a while. If you want to get back at someone, do it gently, okay?
Okay, there's the chapter title.
I shouldn't be surprised you're not telling him to just grin and bear it when someone mistreats him, Lilia.
Certainly not. It wouldn't do to encourage fools, for Malleus' sake and their own.
See, slight change of subject, Lils. You're not dropping out anymore, right?
Indeed. Thankfully, for some strange reason, my magical reserves have returned. Then will you be able to take part in an off-campus internship? About that. The old bat might get one, but the lizard punk probably won't. Living disaster and all that. Can't imagine any company wanting to bring someone that dangerous on board. My internship will be at Styx. Oh, I think I did hear that, actually. I've seen fan art of him, like, working with Adia at Styx. Because, you know, I can't stay out of the Adia shroud tag. Huh? Yeah, Adia does not look surprised. I can hardly wait. Blah. Wait, what do you mean your internship's at Styx? Yeah, so my dad apparently reached out to him during his magical rehab. Doesn't Malleus have a penchant for breaking smartphones and other electronics? And he's never taken a technomatic engineering class, has he? What use is a guy like that gonna be in a high-tech nerd herd org? Well, what you guys saw was basically just one part of Styx. The only areas that bleeding edge are certain parts of the tech, dev, art, and research divisions. The research and analysis sections restore ancient magical artifacts and decipher ancient grimoires unearthed from ruins. That means a lot of our research is done the old school analog way. And with the massive volume of priceless texts that Briar Valley provides for us, we're woefully short-staffed to handle it all. Hence, I will remain in Styx care for all 3 quarters of my internship as both a research subject and a trainee. Yeah, there's a ton of data we'd like to get from Malleus, and on the off chance there's any trouble, my parents should have it covered with him staying on the Island of Woe. So, other than my personal awkwardness having a guy from my class here working at my family home, it's a win-win, yeah. Oh dear. We owe quite the debt of gratitude to the Watchmen of the Island of Woe.
So as long as you get your internship credit there, you won't be held back?
Yes, my intent is to devote myself to research and earn at least a B grade.
Are you going to Styx too, Lils? Actually, I'll be doing my internship at a Shaftlands elementary school.
Aw, that's kind of cute.
At elementary school? Does that mean you're going to be a student teacher?
Yes, I'm thinking of getting a teaching license.
For reals? So you want to be a school teacher?
Just so. The incident we went through was a painful lesson of the importance, not to mention the difficulty, of raising future generations. Briar Valley has schools, but they're vastly different from human-centric ones. Considering the future we face, we need to share our knowledge and find ways for all species to move forward together. Given that, I figured this was something that might be worth spending my remaining time on. After all, I was flying by the seat of my pants when I raised my subordinates and disciples. I need to get proper training and education. Human history, Fey history, the idea of a class where one could learn both is fantastique. If you could become a teacher, you positively must let me take your classes.
Come now, how long do you intend on being held back for? I'll have to go to university, which will take a minimum of 5 years to complete.
My, but couldn't someone go back to school at any age if they have the desire to learn? We do have a Fae over 700 years old in our class here, you know.
So you...
Hello?
do. Where's the last word? This might be getting ahead of myself, though. If I don't pass our final exams, the whole plan will be called off.
And we have the interscholastics to handle before that. We'll be quite busy.
Will you boys be taking part in those?
Participation's unfortunately mandatory for house wardens. R.I.P. me.
I wonder what games they'll hold this year.
They could be totally different from last year's. I'm on the spell drive too, no matter what. What other options for me? An athletic meet with mixed teams from different dorms. Oh, how my heart soars with anticipation for the beautiful games I might behold.
Got some dependable underclassmen, too. I'd like to make this the year that we break our 0 for 99 losing streak.
A tradition of losses, I say we bring it on. We want to try to erase the past. We'll embrace our history and all of the regrets that come from it, with it. That way, we can overturn our fate and start a new tradition. A new tradition established upon the 100th year, That's not a terrible idea. The Arcane... The Eig Games. It wouldn't be the Eig Games, it should be the Eig... Huh. I can hardly wait for them to arrive. Yeah, let's beat Royal Sword Academy after the pain that was the SDC. I'm still not over that. Alright, we're almost there. Mickey investigation. No! This is the worst chapter title I've ever seen. Oh. Oh, this is terrible. The only thing that could make it worse is if it was called Sebek Investigates Mickey. Oh no, you are gonna investigate Mickey, aren't you? Ah!
The Mickey investigation?
Yeah, we're hoping to get some really good data with you on board.
No! We'd love to help your help. It's to help me find a way back home. Okay, I don't want either of these though. I don't want Sebek to help me, and I don't want to go back home. I don't want to go back home more though, so I'll be happy to have you.
Alright, we'll help however we can. Hey, Silver! Don't agree so readily when we don't even know what we're agreeing to. Who is this Mickey anyway?
It's this guy who shows up at the mirror in our room at night. He's got big black ears. He ain't in Twisted Wonderland, but we can meet him through the mirror and in dreams.
Yes, I think I've met him in dreams as well.
What are you talking about? This is only making me more confused.
Okay, here's the basic rundown.
Blah 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 blah.
So this creature called Mickey appears in a ramshackle dorm mirror late at night, and he is of a world that isn't this one. You seek to identify the conditions under which Mickey appears. And you hope that by doing so, you'll identify a clue that could help return Morgan home.
Yeah, so we, us, Apple and Jack, that is, have been taking turns spending the night at Ramshackle to investigate. Okay. That's what you're asking us to do? Man, this guy seriously said sign me up without understanding any of that.
Between us, we have a dire beast, an otherworlder, a humanoid, humans, and beastkin. We've been hoping to get help from someone Fae. And of course, the biggest key figure here is you, Silver, the one who made contact with Mickey in your dreams.
You're right. I'm pretty sure I recognize those big black ears and red shorts in the photo. I have no connection to Mickey, so I don't know why I get drawn into that room in my dreams.
Ugh. This room.
Hey, it's a sleepwear. But strange things tend to happen in dreams, don't they? Me in a dream is a spell that lets me enter others' dreams, especially those of people I'm connected to. The trouble is, I forget when I wake up. I wish I could forget Mickey. So maybe I actually do wander into the dreams of total strangers and I just don't know it.
That spell sounds like... Oh, a rave... I can't... Those words are hard. Ravings to me, no matter how many times I hear it explained. Will he really be of use to your investigation? I strongly suspect he'll end up nodding off partway through.
There's a decent chance that Silver can meet Mickey in his dreams, so it might be better if he conks outright.
No kidding. Anyway, that wraps up the investigation overview. Now we have to work out the participating rotation.
Hey, slow down. I never agreed to this.
And I never agreed to have him here.
I have to make up the class time I lost while I was hospitalized for examination. I also have to train for interscholastic selection. And now that my liege is back at school, I cannot leave his side. After all, I'm the lightning knight my liege relies upon to protect him.
Okay, I don't want you anyway.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh jeez, that smug face.
Weirded me out the way he's smirking.
Dude, you should have heard him in our defensive magic mock battles yesterday. I quote verbatim, Sebek Zigvolt, the lightning knight of Class D, shall now take the field. He's really on top of the world after being dubbed a knight, huh? I could see him putting that in the name, in the name field on his tests. I hear he pulled that in a history of magic quiz and trained deducted points and told him to fill his name in properly.
Even I've never gotten marked down for that.
Greetings, everyone. Pardon the interruption. Oh, Crowley. What the heck voice do I do for you?
Oh, hey, head mage. What you doing in the cafeteria?
I was looking for Van Rouge, as it happens.
If you're looking for Father, he left after lunch. He said he had plans.
Actually, I meant you, Silver Van Rouge.
Oh, right. I'm also a Van Rouge now. Silver, why are you glowering? Sorry. I was trying to stop myself breaking out in a silly grin. Aw.
Look at you, getting giddy over simply being addressed by name. Silly, you're silly, Silver.
Sebek, would you like me to play back a video of your own silly expression from 3 minutes ago and also you saying silly, Silver?
I don't see the harm in grinning as much as you'd like. It's the name you obtained after gifting us a priceless suit of mystium armor. Of course, it's a moment worth basking in.
You look pretty teary-eyed to me. I'm pretty sure the name has nothing to do with giving the armor away.
Anyway, what can I do for you, head mage? Something wonderful has arrived for you, so I'd like you to come to my office to receive it. Your friends are welcome to join you.
Something wonderful? plain old magical pen. Oh, is that something special? Ah, Father, Malleus.
Hello, Silver. I see you've brought along Sebek, Morgan, and a whole crowd besides.
Sir, pardon our intrusion.
What he said. We want to know what this something wonderful was.
Hee. The wonderful thing that arrived for Silver is a new magical pen.
What's wonderful about that? It's just a plain old magical pen.
Tisk. Look more closely at the cap. Night Raven College's magical pens are also double as student IDs. You know how every pen has a student's name engraved by the grip?
Ah. The name on this one, it's a new engraving.
It's his name! This one was made at your father's request. The first is provided free of charge upon enrollment, of course, but there is an out-of-pocket cost if circumstances dictate making a second one, since it happens rather a lot. Of course, your father is welcome to present this gift to you himself.
Goodness, but it's strange hearing the head mage refer to me as his father. Silver, I may have raised you from childhood, but legally I was simply your guardian. Yet you expressed a wish to be my true son, and Malleus and Sebek supported it. Here.
What's this form?
A formal adoption
Wow, way to ruin the moment, Morgan. With your stumbling over words.
A formal adoption application I sent for from Briar Valley's Ministry of Justice. I've signed my name to it. Once you add yours, we'll be legally recognized as father and son. And what do you know? You just happen to have the perfect fountain pen on hand to sign with it, or to sign it. Care to use it?
Yes, sir. There, all done. Yay, everyone clap.
Yes, everything seems to be in order. I'll send this to the Ministry of Justice and have the family registry updated right away.
Huh. Just like that. Oh, bye. Oh, I thought you left. No, you just teleported it.
Malleus just burned the paper.
Don't worry, I merely used magic to send it to Briar Valley.
It isn't as if a mere sheet of paper will change things for us very much, but I'm glad to be able to call you my son.
Thank you, Father. And thank you for the magical pen. I'll treasure it forever.
He's trying not to smile again.
Wow, Silver, you're really glaring at that pen.
I still can't laugh like you.
Seeing him rejoice this much over it makes giving it worthwhile.
That's his rejoicing face? Oh no, if I took this pen during class, I might break out into a silly grin. I must keep my jaw clenched during lessons. If he glowers like that, the whole class wouldn't... He'd make the teacher cry.
Aw, look how embarrassed he is thinking about exciting outbursts in front of his school chums. That's too adorable.
It feels like just yesterday he was crawling around on the floor on all fours. I suppose he's at the age now, though.
Grr, I'm jealous. I'm beyond jealous, Silver. I want to have Sebek Zigvolt Lightning Knight engraved on a magical pen too. No, it's stupid.
You just do it yourself.
Ah, this goes to show how one grows all the stronger for facing down adversity. Wonderful.
It's true, and it's nice to see you've made friends you can call, you can have lunch with, Sebek.
He's not my friend, okay?
What, you misunderstand, sir. These people are no friends of mine.
And he's no friend of mine.
I simply want my assistance with the Mickey investigation to help Morgan find a way home. But I was grudgingly hearing them out since they were on their hands and knees begging me.
I don't even want to go home. The Mickey investigation? Okay, now I'm gonna explain it to all of you because Malleus and Lilia probably have to be involved in the investigation because in Book 8, they're probably gonna have to help with it. Okay, 2 chapters to go. Let's go. An even greater mage. We're still close, which is good because I'm losing my voice. Been talking for 2 hours straight.
Now I see. This explains much. That was what Morgan was referring to when speaking of potentially finding a way home that night.
Huh? I have no memory of this scene, by the way. When did this happen? It's been so long. Good flashback, that really helped.
Oh yes, I do recall you mentioning seeing Mickey in the mirror on the night of the culture fair.
I don't remember this conversation either. Another very helpful flashback.
And you met him again in the dreams Draconia created. What a curious puzzle.
In the mirror in Morgan's room, some sort of magical artifact like a view glass.
Oh, is it? You asked the question.
See, I told you, I'm losing it.
I examined the mirror myself after hearing the tale, but it was just an ordinary old mirror.
It hardly needs to be outright magical in nature, does it? This world has no shortage of strange items that were possessed by ghosts or cursed. Items with histories, essentially.
Considering how well-traveled you are, perhaps you'll be able to identify it. We should see it for ourselves. Welcome to my room. There's no sign of any enchantments or curses. Likewise, Lilia's Far Cry cradle turned up no particularly noteworthy information. It seems it truly is an ordinary old mirror. So it's more like a silver-capped tooth or crystal radio. And it only acts as a communicator with Mickey under specific conditions.
Right, that's why instead of messing with the mirror itself, we're focusing on the environment and activation conditions. We're trying to figure out a reliable way of making the connection.
Isn't it dangerous to randomly change around variables like that?
That's nothing to be scared of. Mickey's a nice guy. He's not gonna go attacking us.
That's not what I meant. Doesn't that risk creating conditions that might connect you to someplace unintended? Sigvald's concerns are entirely reasonable. Mirrors and books acting as doors connecting to other worlds, causing people sucked into them to go missing. Such frightening cases are rare, but not unheard of in Twisted Wonderland. Investigation or no, I can hardly allow a group of unsupervised freshmen to engage in such risk.
Oh, no fair.
If that's what troubles you, I'll oversee them. Huh? Huh? We all say? My liege. Are you sure, Horton? If their claims are true, they hold implications. It would mean this Mickey was able to easily intrude upon my arcane realm from a different world altogether. Such a creature piques my curiosity. Yeah, actually, Styx has the most cutting-edge tech in the world, and it was still a struggle for them to analyze the realm's structure and enter it. Meanwhile, Mickey just slipped right in with no trouble at all. Does that mean he could be an even greater mage than Malleus?
I don't know. He said he wasn't a wizard.
My. Fascinating. Now I wish to meet him more than ever. You can hang out with him instead, because I don't want to.
Now, Malleus, you do remember that you're still not back in top form, right? Good grief. I suppose I'd better stick around as well, just in case.
If you and my liege are joining, then I shall as well.
Oh yeah? I thought you were too busy to join. We've got some dependable upperclassmen helping out. You're free to focus on your studies and practice the back.
No! I insist upon joining!
I insist upon you leaving!
I think I have a plan. We'll do the best we can to help you find a way back home, Morgan.
I don't want to go home.
I don't want to! Guys! I want it to fail. I want to stay here. This is my home. You're ramshackle with Grim. Ugh. Hello. Black screen. Okay. One last chapter. Supportive mindset. Man, I don't think we could ask for better help than the DS Omnia crew. Things are looking up, right, Morgan?
I don't know. I'd like the full Ignahide crew, personally. But whatever, fine. This is their moment. It's fine.
I really actually don't want to see Mickey soon, so thank you so much. What a wonderfully supportive mindset. And what a relief it is hearing Draconia and Van Rouge volunteer to oversee this. Between cleaning up after the disaster and preparing for the Arcane Academy Interscholastic Games, the AIG, the faculty's eyes are all bloodshot. If I went into the office and said, "Excuse me, is anyone free to be a chaperone?" There's no doubt in my mind there would have been a riot. So, I hereby declare the Mickey investigation to be a special magic analysis extracurricular exercise. Wait, you mean we'll get credit for it? Of course. As a valuable student of this school, Morgan's future hinges on the outcome. That means I've got a chance to make up for the open notebook test I flunked.
All right.
That said, staying up all night and sleeping through class the next day would be the opposite of educational. I cannot have that. So keep your investigation within the bounds of reason. Is that clear? Yes, sir. Oh, yes. And everyone taking part is responsible for informing your respective house warden. I'm my own house warden. And don't forget to submit a report. Now then. So much to do, so little time.
Looks like the Mickey investigation's back on. Isn't that great, Morgan?
No. Shake your head no, me.
As your chaperones, Malleus and myself will be here every night, but I trust that doesn't go for every member of the group. Right, but systematic isolation is absolutely essential to reliably reproduce a phenomenon. It's not a proper verification if we do it with the same people every time.
I think we'll need to rework our shifts. And some of us go to bed at 10 p.m., so they'll only be able to join in on weekends.
Achoo.
Ah, Jack.
You okay there, Jack?
Someone must be talking trash about me.
Ah, I see. Let's start by getting all the volunteers together for a kickoff party.
It ain't just shifts we gotta think about. We also gotta work out what snacks and drinks we get on the job. Chocolate on Mondays, potato chips on Tuesdays. Yaha! I can't wait.
This investigation is an extracurricular exercise, not a series of convivial sleepovers. I can talk like a normal person, but swear, I didn't stumble over any word. We should clearly start by establishing record-keeping and reporting methods.
I think I could have pajama parties with my school chums at my age. Everyone, make sure you show up in your most adorable pajamas.
Pajama parties. Those are certainly a type of gathering I've never been invited to before. I'll be looking forward to this. Oh, my liege! Okay, you people, these better be the greatest pajama parties ever!
We're in for some noisy nights. We're not gonna get much sleep, are we?
Don't worry, I'm the boss of Ramshackle Dorm, and I'll keep this whole operation in line.
Thanks, Graham.
Yeah, you can count on me. We've got this in the bag, Morgan.
All right. And that should be it. Yes, it is. Hooray. All right. Whew. So, we did it. I'm glad that we got through it all at once. And I'm glad that I just did it now, so we're all ready for book 8 when it finally comes. Because we don't know when we're getting voice acting for this. I swear, if we have another incident where I post this video and then it gets announced that we're getting voices, I will lose it a little. But yeah, okay. Nice little interlude between the books there. Getting to catch up with everyone, see what's going on. And you know, we kind of get some of the like backstory stuff for these games out of the way, so we probably don't have to do as much yapping about that at the start of book 8. And we can maybe get more into things, which would be nice. I hope, fingers crossed anyway. I think my favorite parts of book 7.5 was Jamil killed me. Jamil was hilarious. Of course, I love Adia anytime he is on screen. The stuff with like Leona and Bill and Brooke, of course. The parts with my favorite characters are my favorite. Who would have thought? Yeah, it was nice to kind of just like catch up with the characters, see what they're doing after book 7, because that was kind of a lot that went down in the last one. And yeah, it seems like with the game stuff we learned, and the internship stuff we learned, and the Mickey stuff, we got some of the setup done for book 8. So hopefully we can just launch like right into the story of book 8. Because book 7 had a lot of like nothingness set up at the beginning. But yeah, anyways, Twisted Wonderland, as always, it is a joy to return. But I will be happy when next time there is voice acting, because I'm kind of dying here. I've been talking for 2 hours straight. So on that note, I'm going to end this video here and go rest my voice. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!